Alright, ready to move on to turn 4. Oh, there just aren't enough actions. Do I actually want this knife? It has a damage of 1 and would count as a bladed weapon. I think for now, I'm going to move... This is a door, right?
That's a pass-through window. You can get through here.
So you can see this has the dotted lines. It has dotted yellow lines. That represents an impassable border. Represented by a white or yellow dashed border, investigators and monsters cannot move through impassable borders unless an effect specifically allows it. So I cannot move through there. And then, what is that, a yellow solid line?
Yes, that is where you can get through to the other side.
That is a border, represented by a solid white or yellow line. Borders divide large areas into multiple spaces. Investigators and monsters can move through borders. So I can take a move action to move 2 spaces. 1, 2, and then I'm going to investigate that token. So we're going to go back to the app. And I've turned off the cursor, so we won't see the cursor anymore because that was looking confusing. We're going to come over to the app.
So you can show them the line.
Yeah, if you look in the middle of this tile here, it has the dashed yellow lines that I was talking about. And we're going to come over here, and I'm going to look at that investigation token. The refrigerator has been left cracked open, leaking a pool of water onto the floor. You pull open the heavy refrigerator door. Your eyes lock onto that of an ancient being. Visions flash into your memory, and you hear its alien words in your mind, revealing to you unknowable truths and unspeakable secrets. Suffer 1 face-down horror and gain the Flesh Ward spell, then discard this search token. Whoa. So, suffer 1 face-down horror.
And I'm shuffling the Flesh Ward spell so that I can give you a random one. And
so I now have a spell. I can use this. You or another investigator within range discard 1 damage, then flip this card. So I can use it to heal. And I also gain 1 face down horror.
And these are shuffled?
They're already shuffled, yep. So I take 1 horror, place it face down. Now, as you can see on my character, I only have 5 sanity. So I don't want to suffer too many of those. And that's both my turns. I moved and I searched. So next is Sister Mary.
So Sister Mary is going to pick up the lucky cigarette case.
So she's going to use 1 action as a trade action to pick up the cigarette case.
Which is an equipment that gives me the ability once per round you may convert a search token to a success. So this actually gives me what is her special ability, but for her, not just another investigator. And she will also, for her second action, move in preparation to search.
Yeah. So that is both the investigators' turns. So we're going to come back up here. We're going to click continue and move on to the Mythos phase. For a timeless, dreamlike eon, Sister Mary wanders through a perfect world where nothing, not even the donuts, taste right. Sister Mary suffers 2 face-down horror. So she's going to suffer 2 horror, face down, thankfully. She's got a lot of sanity, though. She's got an 8 sanity. So she can take it. I would be in dire straits had that been me. So that is going to be, I believe, turn 4. So we're going to end the episode. Well, you know what? It's only 4 minutes. We'll go ahead and do turn 5. We're shooting right through them. As long as there are no monsters on the board, these turns are probably going to go by pretty quickly. So on my turn, I'm going to take 1 move action to move in here. And then I'm going to search this token. So we're going to go back into the app. Click on the token. Someone has locked this cabinet by wrapping chains around the handle. The chain is sturdy, but the cabinet doors are made of thin wood. You think you could break one of the doors off. Make a strength roll. Roll 2 additional dice if you have the crowbar common item. I do. So I'm going to roll 7 dice. I'm not going to switch it back to the table. We already know I roll a lot of dice. And we're going to trust me not to cheat. Wow. So for the first 5 dice, I got 2 successes and 3 clue tokens. For my 2 extra dice, I got another success. I'm going to assume 3 successes will be enough. I'm not going to spend any clue tokens. I'm just going to take my 3 successes and hope for the best. The flimsy wood cracks as you pull the cabinet door off its hinges. Gain the Elder Ward common item, then discard this search token. So I gained the Elder Ward common item. Roll 1 additional die while a monster is attacking you. Now that's a little ambiguous, because I don't know if it works for my attacks. Like, is just me being in combat with a monster considered attacking me. I'm going to assume it means defensively. It has the word ward in the name. So we're going to go with that for this playthrough. So that is my turn. I moved and investigated.
So Sister Mary is going to search this table.
So in the app, we will move over to Sister Mary's room and check out her search token. The table is covered in random clutter. The table drawer is left ajar and is likewise filled with various documents. We'll search it. You dig through the dense paperwork cluttering the desk, looking for anything of interest. Make an observation check.
Sister Mary has an observation of 3, so I'm taking 3 dice.
She has 3 and a veritable bank worth of clue tokens.
Yes. And I'll get 2 successes, and we'll hope that that's...
So she's going to spend her 2 successes and keep her clue tokens. As you shuffle through the seemingly endless paperwork covering the desk, you spot a weathered journal that looks out of place amidst the mundane clutter. The cover of the journal is marked Lilith Vanderbilt. Gain the old journal unique item and discard this search token. The investigator holding the old journal with it can read through its entries by interacting with it in the app. Not this turn, because I think that was Sister Mary's second action, right?
No, that was her first action.
That was her first?
Yes.
So, what is Sister Mary going to do for her second action?
She is going to explore this next room over.
So in the app, we'll click on the Explore token. The door leads deeper into the mansion. The hall continues from the bathroom hall towards the side of the mansion. Place the hall end tile as indicated and discard all Explore or Sight tokens leading into it. So there was a Sight token leading into it. We're going to get rid of that. No longer needed because it's been revealed. Someone acting in a hurry has knocked over a stack of papers. Place a search token as indicated. 2 doors lead to other rooms of the mansion. Place Explore tokens as indicated. Well, I guess I was wrong about it not getting any wider. You could use the surrounding furniture to barricade the door should the need arise. Place a barricade as indicated. You may move 1 space into the explored area. And that's your second action?
Yes.
Okay. So we will go to the Mythos phase. Michael McGlenn suddenly drops to his knees, clutching at his gut. His skin bulges and distends as something moves beneath it, twisting within his innards. Michael McGlenn suffers 1 face-down damage and 1... Oh. The damage is face-down, but the horror is normal. So I'll take 1 face-down damage. And 1 horror. Minor shock. Ah, your heart races. And your breath catches in your throat. Resolve immediately. No additional effect. Flip this card face down. Well, that's good. Good in a bad way, because again, I can only suffer 5 of these horrors. But at least it didn't give me a phobia or an insanity or something. Uh-oh. A robed figure appears from a secret door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of other people, the figure yells, "There's someone in here!" You hear a muffled response from the other part of the estate. "Get rid of them! Spawn a witch, as indicated." And now she's going to move. The witch moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator within range with the lowest willpower. Well, it's not going to be able to get in range. Well, it can move 2 spaces. It could get within range of either of us. So who has... Because I don't think this is going to block range. Because that is an impassable border.
But doors block range.
That's not a door. It's an impassable border. If we look at range. Range cannot be counted through walls or doors unless something specifically allows it, but it doesn't say anything about impassable borders. So I think it's going to depend on which of us has the lower willpower, because that's who she wants to come after. I have 4.
I have 5.
So she's going to come after me, I would assume. So she's going to move 1 space, 2 space. Like I said, I don't think that blocks line of sight. I mean, they specifically say doors and walls.
So she wouldn't move that way, she'd move through the wall?
Oh, that's right, that's not a door. I was assuming that was a door. So, no, so she would go 1, 2. Because she can't get to me. Because the best she can do is here. And she only moves 2 spaces.
Right, because she'd have to go like a lot of spaces.
Right. So all she has to do... So she's going to move in with Sister Mary.
Which is not good for Sister Mary.
The monster attacks. The witch holds up a locust between 2 fingers, then swallows it whole. Seconds later, a torrent of buzzing insects streaks towards you. Make an agility difficulty 2 check. What's her agility?
3.
Oof. Well, you have a ton of clue tokens, though. So
I do.
You need 2 successes. She's checking her items to see if she has anything that helps her, because she's got a ton of stuff.
Yes. I have a spell that helps me get focused. I have a kerosene lantern that might help me with attacking unarmed. And I have a heavy weapon, so... But nothing that helps me with agility. So I'm rolling my 3 dice. I have 1 success, but my lucky cigarette case allows me once per round to convert a search token into a success.
So she rolled a failure, a success, and a clue token. And she's going to use her lucky cigarette case to convert a clue token to a success. So she passes. If you pass, you close your eyes and mouth and fling your arms over the vulnerable spots to weather the swarm. Flip 1 horror face up. Ooh, so she actually has 2. So what happens now is she's going to shuffle the 2 horror that she has together. And then just flip the top one up.
Minor shock. Ah, your heart races and your breath catches in your throat. Resolve immediately. No additional effect. Flip this card face down.
Jesus, and that was passing. Had she failed, the insects get everywhere, biting and stinging. You suffer 1 damage and become stunned. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against a monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end phase button. So that'll be Sister Mary against the witch. The witch lifts a cat into the air, kisses it, then slits the poor beast's throat, draining its blood into a golden chalice. Suffer 2 horror. Willpower plus 1 negates. So her willpower is 5. So she's going to roll a total of 6 dice. Her first 5 were 2 failures, 2 successes, and a clue token. And then she gained another success with the 6th die, so she's going to negate both horror. She doesn't care. Sister Mary doesn't matter if you slaughter some cats. Hear that, Veronica? And now we're going to move on to the investigator phase. And we will continue that in the next video.